All right, here we are. Another week around the trash fire. Your host, Matthias, along with the boy.
John.
Oh, so we're getting closer. Closer and closer to good old Warhammer Fest.
That was today. I was kind of disappointed in myself for not paying attention.
You thought it was today?
That was today. I thought the 40K one was today.
No. We still got 2 more days.
Yep. Star Wars Day, actually. Which also means the reveals for Legion and X-Wing.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I would assume it's going to be a lot of big Star Wars news happening on that day.
Yeah. And 40K. Unrelated to Star Wars Day.
It's my Star Wars. But shall we get into this? Shall we get into our Sunday preview?
Let's do it. Sunday preview.
All right. Well,
Not disappointing. Enraging Sunday preview for some people.
enraging is it because they found out the prices?
No, the prices are not bad for what you get.
Why is it so enraging? Enlighten me. Enlighten us.
So, as you can see, the Chaos Knight box is out.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what else is out, Matt, for pre-order next weekend?
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say the Chaos Knight and Armigers by themselves.
No, you're wrong.
Oh, the book.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay, I'm
There
wrong.
is, yes.
Okay.
The Imperial Knight book is up for pre-order, but if you
Oh,
play Chaos Knights, well, you gotta wait, man.
yeah. You see, I didn't notice that. I kind of just assumed that they were gonna be together.
Yeah, that's the mistake. Is assuming Games Workshop would always make rational decisions. They do at times, a lot of the time, but not all the time.
Well, you see, you're wrong because the book's out in the box.
Damn, you're right. You just gotta get the box.
You just gotta get the box.
You gotta get the box.
You just had to
No big
spend
deal.
that $200.
Yeah, you got a free Armiger and new Chaos Knight.
Yeah. What a steal.
Yeah, what a steal. But yeah, jokes aside, it is. I mean, I like that the box is out. That's super cool. But yeah, it's kind of sucks if you just want the Codex. I mean, the whole Codex I think leaked anyway. But yeah,
Well,
it's kind of
every codex since what Tau has been leaked.
yeah. The Night Hunt book leak. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not know.
Yeah,
Though
kinda
I'm,
like-
I'm not too big into AOS since I don't play it as much.
It's gonna be patient and wait for the Codex.
Yeah, it's not something I'm gonna rush out and get.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I did not know that. It seems GW is having problems with their playtesters, I guess.
Yeah, someone's leaking, and we're gonna talk about more leaks later. But yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, Chaos Knight box up for pre-order. I don't know. I was debating on it, but with 30K pretty much confirmed, probably just skip this one.
Yeah, I mean it's not, or just buy it individually. Really need it.
Right.
But yeah, there we go. Got the two-player, not two-player. We got the box set coming out. Got the Imperial Knights book coming
Yes.
out.
Imperial Knight's book is coming out.
Lucky dogs, them. All separate. Well, I guess it makes sense, right? Because the Knights didn't get a new variant, right? If I recall.
No, they did not. They just got rules for new rules.
So I see where GW's coming from, but still crappy that Chaos is not getting their own book.
Yeah, not done by itself.
Got that. I got finally Warzone Knockman Rift War book coming out.
Oh, but before that, there's some reboxing going on with some knights. So
The Armigers and the Dominus.
yeah, so it's gonna be a multi-kit, which is I think good and bad.
Well, it's good that it's all in, all the pieces are in one place. The bad news is that price is going up.
Absolutely. So if you like magnets, this is great. This is amazing. If you don't care about magnetizing, you're just okay. Let me rephrase. If you don't care about magnetizing and you don't care about bits, then this just sucks because you're just going to be paying more
Yeah.
for the model you want. Now the big knights are by design pretty easy to magnetize. Same, I mean, even the armigers because
I would
of
say
how
all the knights are
robotic
pretty
they are.
easy.
Yeah, but so for, with that said, it's pretty good there. It just sucks that there's no option anymore. So
Well, I mean, I think having it all in one box is fine. Yeah, you pay more, but majority people. No, I guess it's not true. A lot of people would magnetize it
yeah.
unless you're like me and you're just like one build. That's it.
Oh, actually, the price isn't that bad. The armigers are $85, and they're currently $80. Okay, okay, that's not bad. I'd pay $5 for extra bits I may or not use. Yeah,
It's still
that's
really expensive, but yeah.
right. No, I'm saying it's already expensive at 80, but if the price jump is only $5, it's not too bad. It is still, currently $80 for two armigers is pretty pricey. Let's
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
the Valiant is 170. Oh, it's the same price. Interesting. Oh, oh, interesting. Okay.
But there you go. So we got that. Again, we got Warzone Knockman Rift War coming out, which is gonna help out Chaos Space Marines, another DLC book before they get their actual book.
Mhm.
I forgot who else is in here. I think Dark Eldar's in here. Uh Castellan's a new Space Marine chapter. And that's all I can really remember. I don't remember who else is in here. But we got that coming out. Can't wait to see the game breaking stuff that'll
or
happen.
or or absolute garbage stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's one or
There's no
the other.
middle ground. There's no middle ground. It's either OP or useless.
I mean these books are mainly. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but these books are mainly for like campaign settings, right?
Yeah, it's more narrative stuff. If you're a narrative player, like if you like Castellans of the Rift, this is great. If you're a huge fan of Zangors, I guess this is great.
Oh yeah, Thousand Suns. Yeah, this book's completely useless for Thousand Suns,
Yeah. So
but I mean, I'm pretty sure these books are mainly have their crusade
yeah, it's Crusade has
in
narrative
mind
rules.
more than
Yeah,
competitive.
exactly.
I mean,
So
you get Crusher Stampede, but
that was actually in a White Dwarf Crusher Stampede.
was that White Dwarf? I thought that was
Yeah,
the
which
Knockman.
even makes no, it makes it even more hilarious.
Hmm,
It's not a White Dwarf.
funny stuff. Block Library. Let's see what we got here. We got the Karn Eater World Special Edition. Again, very cool cover.
Yes, very cool cover.
Also get it on audio if you want it. Uh, Triumph of Saint Catherine coming to softback and digital and audio.
Hmm.
The Hellwinter Gate coming to softback. Covens of Blood coming to audio. I still gotta get into the AOS series here. And we got Warhammer Chronicle books. I'm not too familiar with the books, but I can see Dan Abnett's name there, so it could be good. I don't
Yeah,
know which books he's written in there, but it could be good.
yeah. Which stories he's written, who knows? But usually his stuff is damn good.
Eh, I'm sure it'll say who read it or wrote it.
Yeah.
And then you got more translation books coming out in German, in
Yep.
French, more French. Warhammer Underworlds update.
Yeah. FAQ already. I mean, good, but yeah, game's in a weird spot.
Yeah, I assume you know better, more than me, because I really don't follow it at all. But I mean, they did replace what was it originally called before this new team just came out?
Oh, it was
It's like
called
Harrowing Deep, right?
Arrow Deep, and now it's something new.
Net Nether Maze.
Nether Maze, yeah. I
So
haven't been playing Underworlds. It's like that game definitely feels bloated to me now that there's just so much stuff. So I'm less incentivized to care. The models are cool, and I think most people. I was talking to Will the other day, and you can surmise that most people get this game for the models. Not a lot of people play the game anymore.
well, I mean, it was back like when you and Will were working at Warhammer. The only reason I could never get into the game is because I'm like, since the cards rotate, it's gonna just be a never-ending cycle of trying to keep up with the current meta. And
Right.
I mean, look at it now. We're what, 5 years into this game?
Hmm.
Maybe 4. I don't really remember when the game came out, but all the cards that I have, which I started with the Nighthaunt army, those cards are what, all useless now?
I think so. Yeah, because I think they made it so it's only current seasons are playable.
Yeah.
The
So,
old stuff isn't really playable anymore.
and if I recall, you can correct me. They didn't sell the cards separately, right? You always had to buy the models to get the cards.
Pretty much, yeah, 90% of the time. Now, some of them they you could use it, but mostly no. It's only the current. Yeah, you can only get it by getting the model packs.
Yeah. So not only did you have to buy some really well sculpted models, which it's not a negative, but if you really didn't want to spend that extra $30 on the models just to get cards, it's kind of worthless.
Yeah.
And it's
So
just
if you
not.
want to stay competitive, you gotta get everything.
It's only reason why I never really got into it. I got the Night Hunt just because my friend really wanted to play the game, and I was like, all right, I'll play the game with you, but I'm not investing anything into this game.
Yeah.
And literally, I picked up a couple underworld armies, such as the Deepkin, because you gotta get the crab.
Yes. Gotta get the crap.
Uh, uh, what are they called? Daughters of Cain, just because I just wanted the models in there, and then the skeleton guys. I can't remember what they were called, but
The full guard. Those guys.
that what they're called? The
Yeah.
very first skeleton army.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have another one, but I just can't remember. I mean, I'm looking forward to the Dark Stalkers or whatever those Marathi assassins are called. I'd want to pick those up, but I'm obviously gonna wait till they become single.
Right.
But I'm never gonna use the cards. The cards are completely worthless to me, just because I don't want to keep up with the meta.
Right. Right. Totally understandable.
And I mean, I know at the you again would probably know better because you work there, but was it a very popular game at the local Warhammer store?
It is. Underworlds is very popular in the local Warhammer stores because it was such a small game. They had not a lot of gaming space, so a lot of people liked it.
Mhm.
But it really hurt having the pandemic because a lot of the game was playing with other people.
Well, don't you know
So
you could have spent like $30 to buy the digital version?
yes, you could buy the digital version, which no one really played, which is funny.
I remember
But
one
yeah,
day they were giving it up for free, so
yeah, they were giving out for free. But yeah, no, yeah, the game is not. I don't think it's in a very big popular spot. I don't know. I don't know if it's in a bad spot, but
I'm
it,
sure
it
it's in an okay spot.
yeah,
Again,
it
with
just
our local store closing down, it's probably a little hard to gauge how popular it is, and since
yeah.
both of us
E-
aren't following it, we really don't
Even
know.
in like the local groups, it doesn't seem very It's just that it doesn't seem very popular, to be quite honest. Looking at people, like Facebook pages and all that, not a lot of people are playing this game, which sucks because it's a cool game, but kind of what it is.
That's what happens when you got the when you gotta do the current meta of or sorry, not meta, current season of cards. It's a
Yeah,
constant, gotta be up to date.
right.
If they did I forget what they call it in Magic, where you're allowed to use like all the cards, all the old
Oh,
cards and stuff. But
I don't know.
yeah, if they had something like that, I'm sure it's popular, and I'm sure you can do that with friends and stuff. But competitive scenes and people who want to play the game right, you know, you got to use the current set. But that's enough of that for now. Warhammer Week Plus, sorry. Get Interrogator Part 2. Did you watch Interrogator Part 1, or are you going to wait for this
I have
series
not
to
yet.
wrap?
I was pretty busy. I have not seen it yet, though I want to be quite honest.
It looks interesting. I think I think the Inquisition usually have some pretty good stories, but I'm
Yeah,
biased. So, other than that, we're getting a battle report, which whatever, and how to paint yellow from the Masterclass series, which could be good, but I don't really plan on painting anything yellow. So, and then of course, go down below. We get to see the schedule. Wednesday. Uh, I'm too lazy to convert that, but we'll have our first Warhammer Fest day of 40K.
yeah, 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
Damn, right when I start work. How unfortunate.
Well, I
But
mean, if you're just watching the stream, you could just go back to Warhammer Community when you get a moment, or you could watch the two guys just talk nonstop for no reason.
yeah, I mean, I like I like to dunk on those two guys because they're not. I think they're very unnecessary. I think what they should do is just be hyping us up, which they do. They just go on for a bit too long,
Yeah,
but it is very hyped to see it get revealed live. It's just like when Adepticon, and we were all at the gaming house and watching it as we were eating
yeah,
dinner and
that was
everything.
cool.
It's very cool because then you're with all the other nerds experiencing it, and that's what makes it fun.
Right, right.
But I mean, to save time, yeah, you just go to Warhammer Community Site and just get all the highlights from there if you value your time like that.
So essentially, if you're with friends, it's fun to watch, but if you're by yourself, not really.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, that's like every big event that people like.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd watch like I'll throw this out. You'll watch like a basketball or football game, but you obviously have a lot more fun if you were with people who also enjoy those things, because
right.
then you can talk about everything. That's great. So it's the same thing with this. I mean, if I was watching the two guys by myself, I would be just hating it. Be like, just show me the models already. Stop talking. I do not care.
Let me the models.
But there we
These
go.
models.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of models to be shown, got some Lord of the Rings news here. Some commanders of Dale.
Of Dale, Commanders of Dale.
Yeah.
Plastic. I hope they're plastic. Would suck if they're metal.
Is Lord of the Rings still have metal models?
Or sorry, resin. Forge rolled resin. Excuse me.
Okay.
Thankfully, no more metal, but it could be forge rolled resin, which would also suck.
I mean, yeah, Forge World resin is always terrible. But yeah, here we go. We got three new models here, which is nice. And then they for New Model Monday, they also gave us a weapons platform. The weapon that hurts Smog,
So
as
silly.
they are advertising it.
No, I just have no hype for this. This is not even the cool part of Lord of the Rings.
I mean, they need something, right?
That's true. They need something.
They got all the hype with the Easterlings, and now they're like, all right, now we gotta throw in some normal stuff in here. Something that keeps the Lord of the Rings interest up.
True, true, true.
I mean, I don't know. Has that Lord of the Rings Ring of Power, has that thing come out yet?
Amazon? No, not yet. Sometime this year.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure that'll drive up sales, but I don't know if that's going to be good or not.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see.
We shall see. Other news, we got some news on Ash Waste, some rules breakdown, which I watched the video expecting some like in-depth thing, and it's just like, this is how you play Necromunda. I'm like, oh, okay, well that doesn't. I kind of know how to play Necromunda already, but what we got was some other rules like the Orlock bike and its stats. We got that, which is nice to see. A 5-up save, which is I kind of found interesting. I thought it'd be at least a 4-up, seeing how it's a vehicle, but whatever. Also fun to see that it does have armor value depending on where you hit it.
Yeah, that is back in Necro armor values.
Yeah, well, wait, was that always a thing?
I think. Oh, no, actually, never mind. Yeah, they're just vehicles. They didn't have vehicles before, so that is the armor value is new. I guess I'm thinking of like back in 40k had armor values, so they're bringing that back to Necromunda.
Yeah. So we got that. Some interesting rules they brought up for the vehicles, which I know you aren't particular happy with, but
Yeah, I'm just kind of whatever with it.
I figured I'll just give it out there. So you got the move, maneuver, reload mechanic, and then you got more complex stuff like the drift, the spin, and the move and shoot. In a double your actions, you can do full throttle or ram, which if I had a vehicle, I would definitely be doing the ram option. I feel like that'll be the safest option.
It's to just ram people.
Just to ram people.
That's funny.
And then they broke down some scenarios. We got 13 new scenarios in this book, which I assume is a lot. I haven't.
That's a good amount. Which that stuff makes me happy. That's the content I subscribe for.
Mm-hmm. With a bunch of stuff like shifting sand or dunes, uh, incoming storms, ambushes. It's looking good.
Did you get the box, or did your group get the box?
I'd have to talk to someone, but I don't think any of us have gotten the box.
Got it. I picked it up. I split the terrain with someone.
Nice. And then, of course, they got a rules update with this book coming out, and some a new trading post to download as well. A new mechanic. I'm not too familiar with that, but I'm sure it has something to do with getting deals off weapons and armor and all that.
Yeah, just a different buy and sell system, or mostly not even buy, just a sell system.
Okay. So, how does this news treat you? You still hype for it, or are you still?
I mean, I'm hyped because of the new setting. I'm still whatever about the vehicle rules. I do find it hilarious that the bug riders aren't vehicles. They're just another unit. So you could take them in Underhive games, which I think that's just really funny. You have bugs crawling around the Underhive.
I mean, those are probably like one of the least deadliest things you'd find in the Underhive.
That's true.
But yeah, I didn't know
But
that.
no,
That's cool.
I am excited to be honest. It mostly because of the setting and the Ash Waste models. I was looking into the models and they're just really cool. And next time we play Necro or something, I'm gonna run them.
Well, we shall see. Maybe next week.
Maybe.
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 But moving on from that, uh, the Votans, the leagues of Votans. We gotta look at one of the models, their core unit here. How do you think these stat lines go? It's pretty average.
Yeah, the leader has the leader having 2 health is interesting. I don't think we've seen that a lot outside of orcs.
Eldar have that.
Yeah,
Their exarts are 2 wounds.
oh, there we go. So that's cool.
Yeah. Lumen 5. I guess the stumpy legs stop them.
Yep, they're dwarves. That
You think
makes
they're gonna
sense.
have armor or contempt?
No, because they don't have power armor.
Oh, I figured that'd be power armor.
No, you need a 3-up save. I
Ah,
think.
okay. Yeah, well, it's interesting that they get into 4-up save, but what also caught my eye is you can take a unit of 20 of these bad boys.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is definitely very interesting.
So we thinking more hordy with this army, or
Like a horde unit with a lots of saves, lots of 4-up saves. Yeah, I mean,
you like tougher
although blast
guardsmen?
exists, unless they have blast defense, it's kind of pointless. I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
The
don't think
armor-
you'd ever, I don't think you'd ever take like a big blob of 20 unless their guns are quite ridiculous.
Right. 'Cause, I mean, Chaos Marines, you could take a blob of 20, but no one ever does.
Well, because I mean, if you get hit by a blast weapon, 11,
Exactly.
11 plus unit, it's an automatic 6 hits.
Automatic max hits.
Yeah.
Except for the 2d6 weapon, that's automatic 12 shots, which is a huge detriment.
It is. But I wonder if they're gonna have something special for close combat because in that same line about them having being able to get up to 20, they have a knack for sticking around in close combat. So I wonder how close combat oriented they're gonna be with their
Maybe it's a
rules.
morale thing? I don't know.
I don't think it'd be a morale thing. I don't. I think they would mention something about morale. This is specifically for combat.
Yeah.
So I wonder if their special rules are gonna say something about them being in combat.
A
Maybe kind
defense
of like the
would
old
be
like
interesting,
dwarves. Um,
right?
yeah, like I can only relay from fantasy, but you know they have like the stubborn rule and all that.
Yeah. I can imagine some kind of defensive buff if it's not morale related. That could be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But this is all we get. Maybe we'll get more out of Warhammer Fest. We'll see. I mean, their logo was there, but if I had to guess, they're probably just gonna show us like one more model if it's not a kill team. But we shall see.
We shall
They
see.
they give these guys a name. What's this? The like the Heartkin warrior. Is that how you say it, or is it Hearthkin?
Hearthkin. Hearthkin. It's a very weird name. I actually don't like that name.
I'm sure it's dwarven. I'm sure that's what they're gonna say. It's like a dwarven way of saying it. But we got that. Next up, uh, they show us the Chaos Space Marine book. So it is confirmed that they are the next army, which, I mean, not many armies left to choose from.
Yeah.
And I must say, I like this cover.
This is like a Warhammer Fantasy cover. Not even this is a Warhammer Fantasy cover. Like if this said Warriors of Chaos, I would believe you. There's one gun in this picture. And there's that guy with the sword on the very right with the cape. Do you see him?
He's
Like
in
that's
the
a Chaos Warrior,
he's in the
you know?
blow up image, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is awesome. I really like it. I'm a fan.
Oh, that's
But I
great.
just find it funny that this is straight up like a Chaos Warriors cover, and then there's a guy with a gun, which reminds us it's Chaos Space Marines.
Well, I must say, I think this is my favorite cover out of all the books they've released so far.
So different too. I think it could be a different artist. It just looks so. He is different.
Well, it just captures them so well,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it great. But that's pretty much it. I'm sure they're gonna get the whole model range dump on Wednesday,
Mhm.
which will just be a bunch of guardsmen, but that's okay. It's new models. And lastly, for AOS, we got Slaves of Darkness. Demon Prince unveiled, which I think goes away because I remember seeing these wings in a leaked image that you sent me, and I assumed it was going to be a Bloodthirster, but it looks like the Demon Prince is finally getting an updated model
Yeah.
again.
This was from a leak. And
Yeah,
I do wonder if it's an AOS only. I hope this is only an AOS only Demon Prince. I hope it doesn't have 40k bits,
it's going to have 40k bits.
unfortunately, because that'd be cool. I think having different kits would be great because you could do just more weird poses and stuff. Or because the thing is, like the current Demon Prince, a lot of it, the design has to take into account the fact that it's from both games. Like you can't really give it a gun from the default kit because the AOS one would have a weird pose holding the gun. So yeah, I hope it's like AOS only, but I'm not holding my breath. It looks I like it. A lot of people don't. It is very different. The face especially is really it fits AOS but doesn't fit 40k if that makes sense. Even though it is shown as an AOS thing.
Well, I mean, that's the problem with demons is they make it so it's compatible for both 40k and AOS. So making this a strictly an AOS model, it's not gonna fly. It's definitely gonna be a both systems because that's what demons are all about, right? Being able to be in both systems.
Right. Right,
So
right, right.
it's gonna have a 40k counterpart, but I mean, I'm not positive, but I don't think Demon Prince have any gun options.
Yeah, you could take a warp bolter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I have to look at my Demon Prince sprue, but I don't remember seeing a bolter on there. But
Yeah, there isn't one, which is weird. Which is I think why I prefer a 40k to be separate because you can make a model with a gun or with a pose holding where you could hold the gun.
oh, maybe they'll do what they did with the Zangors, right?
Right, right.
They'll have a
So
separate box with him in the 40k
yeah,
section.
I hope so. That'll be nice.
I don't remember.
But
I don't think I've ever seen anyone take a bolter on that Demon Prince. Not since like fourth edition, but it'll be interesting.
it was a thing a bit in eighth, but people just kind of didn't. They never gave the guy bolters. They just kind of said, "Oh, he's like throwing warp fire or something."
Yeah, yeah, of
Because
course.
it was really difficult to give him a bolter because you need a really big bolter. And yeah, you could get heavy bolters from vehicles, but then you gotta sculpt, him holding it. I mean, some people, I guess you could put on this, even trying to put on his fist, just the way the model was, the fist didn't look natural having a bolter attached to it, even on the back of the wrist. So
What you
it
do
was
is you just glue it to his hip and say, "There's his bolter. It's holstered right now."
well, that's the thing because it was hard to find a big enough bolter that was big enough for a demon prince.
Oh yeah, yeah. I understand
Yeah,
that part. I just meant like so
oh,
you
just like
don't
a
have to put
regular
it in his
bolter.
hand.
Right. Just put a regular bolter. That's funny. Like squeezes it with his pinky or something.
Yeah. Well, and then we also got other news. We got a Battletome Rome map, which I'm surprised to see.
This is such a huge. I think they just did this because of the leak. Because Games Workshop doesn't. You don't announce things in winter when it's not even summer yet. I mean, I think it's yeah, it's all spring right now, right?
Yeah, it's still spring.
It's spring right now, or it's still winter. Yeah, it's spring. No, it's spring. I'm just being silly, but yeah, it's so long. Usually, you'll announce the next season like a couple months in advance, and even then, you'll say something like a destruction battle tome or an order battle tome, not necessarily the specific book. I mean, Night Hunt and Dodgers can already been out yet. So
Yeah, which is strange. I feel like we talked about those books a long time ago.
Right. So this is definitely I would say an unplanned leak because it's very unusual for Games Workshop to announce things this far in advance.
Well, I mean, Winter's what? What is that book at the end?
That's a Slaves to Darkness book.
As a slave to. Wait, what?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they announced
That's weird.
right. It's so weird, right? You really see that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that was Slaves of Darkness. I thought Slaves of Darkness was the next Battle Tome, like in summer.
Oh
But
no
okay.
no no. No.
Uh.
That's why I'm saying this is like a legit leak.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Well, hopefully they can keep to this roadmap. But given their track record, I'm actually really surprised that they did this.
Yep.
They could have just said, I mean, not that they would admit to it, but they could have just said, "Yeah, this got leaked or whatever. This book's not really planned till this date, so all those images you're seeing probably not gonna happen."
Anytime soon.
Yeah, but you managed to scrounge up some images here
Yeah,
of
lots of leaks.
these books. Oops. Had to blow these up. This first one's not too good, but got some chosen here.
Yeah, I think it's plastic chosen, which kind of look like Vanguard on foot, and they are super cool. Really want to play this army, but there's just so much trim, and I'm already gonna have a lot for my Black Legion once I get to working on them after 30K.
Well, I'm sure Will's happy.
Will is very happy. He's very very happy.
It's not gonna back out. Next page we got the uh, what is this, a Doom Bowl or something like that?
So these are the new, not even these are new ogres, ogoroids. So they're chaos ogres ish.
Kind of looks like that the monster from the
Yeah.
catacombs.
Yep. Exactly. This is him as a unit, which
Okay,
is dope as heck.
it's not really new, but they're adding more variants of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we got
So
this
it's
down,
basically a unit of them. Monstrous infantry. They have a banner, a champion. Super cool. I really like it.
and it looked cool. We got horns of Hashat.
So I think this is a Warcry warband because Hashut is the Chaos Dwarf god.
Uh huh.
I mean, the picture isn't a Chaos Dwarf, but just the way the name of the unit is, it's worshiping a god, specific god, and they have their weapons are pretty lame, like most Warcry warbands in AOS,
So you
doing
think this
one
is gonna be one
damage.
of the Warcry bands like it
I think this is
announced?
gonna be the work. I not even think like I would put money that this is one of the work. Either a well for sure it's a Warcry band and probably one of the ones we're gonna see.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that sentiment. Who else we got here? We got Eternus.
So this is a special character. He's a Chaos Lord on Demonic Mount special character. And I didn't send you the picture, but we're getting a new Chaos Lord on Mount model.
Another
Uh
one.
yeah, but it seems to be a multi kit with this guy.
Okay.
So this is I think he's Bellacor's lieutenant. So it doesn't really work for Archaon, and I think that's pretty cool.
All right, that's cool. So kind of like that one Deepkin guy.
Yeah,
It's gonna have two variants, generic
yeah.
and character. All right, and then
That's
this is the
it's
Ogrid.
an overall unit. So it looks like they're gonna have a sword or axe option.
Makes sense. Did they ever bring back the Thunder or Dragon Ogres or yeah, that's what they're called, right?
They did not. They do not have any new models, but they might. We'll see. That'll be cool. I like that a lot.
Just some old models they could bring back.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
I'm sure over time they can bring those stuff back, just like they're doing with other stuff. But yeah, okay, so well, I guess there goes Chaos. I guess they're out of the AOS race right now. I guess we said Sylvaneth for
Yeah,
Warhammer Fest.
I don't think they plan to announce them for Warhammer Fest because again, it's a December release. That's a really far thing to announce. There's other cons during the year that they could announce. They could announce the stuff then.
Mhm.
So yeah,
All right then. Well, that's all the Warhammer news I got.
yeah,
It's quite a lot. Quite a lot of interesting stuff on the way.
definitely gonna have more news next week with Warhammer Fest.
Oh, it's gonna be jam packed. I can't wait for it.
Hmm.
But other than that, you ready for some hobby rant sections here?
Yeah, let's do it.
What you been up to?
Playing a lot of War Machine. I played like 3 games last week.
Damn, must be
Yeah,
nice to have a fast, easy game.
I know. And that was one of the things I was talking to my friends about War Machine. It's like it's just fast, like because we're playing 25 points, which is the equivalent of about 500, 750 points at 40k. But the game feel because of how the game's designed, it feels substantial. It doesn't feel like we're just playing a smaller version of a big game. And it's it's mentally challenging in the way where you think you're not just playing easy mode because it's a low points game. You really got to think. You really got to play your hardest, and the game just feels full. Where you even with that not many models compared to a full quote unquote game, you have a lot of choices to make, tactical decisions. List building is really interesting because you don't have a lot of points, and
Well,
like
it's
for
also a
example,
smaller table, right?
well, it's actually the same size. War Machine is put on a 4x4. Um,
So it's a little
yeah,
smaller.
which is smaller than 40k. And yeah, and because a big thing like in War Machine, specific unit types can hold specific objectives. For example, there's specific zones that only warjacks can hold, and there's little flags that only solos can hold. So when you're building your list, you're like, oh, I better include a solo, otherwise I have to risk my warcaster holding that objective kind of thing. So that part is it's super interesting, even in a low points game, and it's just fun, and it's fast to set up. Fast, you play a game an hour and a half, and you're kind of done. Setting up isn't too difficult. You got like 8 pieces of terrain, and you got your objectives and all that. So yeah, definitely fun having a fast paced small game.
Yeah, I still got my stuff, still ready to go. Still waiting on Scotia and Man of War outfit, but we'll get a game in.
I
Uh,
am very down.
be like old times.
Feel like old times, except I'll be playing Signar instead of Grix for
That's
now.
fine. I hated fighting Crix. I've never fought Signar, but I'm sure I'll hate fighting Signar as well.
Probably.
Me, I didn't get a video out, but the only reason I didn't do it because the pictures I was taking, given how the sun was, we were playing in a garage and then the sun was coming in, hitting it, and it like washed out all my photos. Like, yeah, I don't think I could do a video about a report on this thing. So I kind of just scrapped the idea. So I failed that, but we'll do another time. But I did
Yeah.
get a game in against a Grey Knights player.
Ooh, how did that go?
I did my Craft World LotR. Um, it went it went extremely well for me. There was some stuff where I just kept him on his side of the board, unable to move. He didn't run the 4 Nemesis Dread Knight army. He ran 2 of them. So I had a chance to win.
Well, they don't get armor of contempt, so
They don't,
might
but I mean they still got a 2+, 4+
that's
invul.
true.
They don't really need it. It's just I mean the amount of shots they can dish out and combat prowess they have. That's what makes them scary.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I managed to I pull off the win quite sizably. I mean,
That's good.
I stopped him from getting any of his secondary objectives. The only thing I couldn't kill was a 9-man paladin team
Hmm.
because they came in like turn 2 from Deep
That's
Strike, and it was a very bloody game. Avatar lived with one wound.
oh, there you go. A new avatar, right?
The new one, yeah.
Nice.
I was sad too because I was gonna be sad because he was gonna die and I didn't have enough CP to bring him back to life, but I managed to live.
There we go.
Yeah, I took out good old
Eight lives.
Drago, which how much of a demon he is. I would hope he'd be able to kill Drago no problem. But it was a fun game. I enjoyed it. I
Good, good.
That was my second game against Grey Knights, and it was a completely different list. So did that Wednesday night with my game group. We did Shadows of Brimstone. Had a fun time there. We got destroyed in that game, which is always fun. It's why I like the dungeon crawlers, because you never know what's gonna happen, and the monsters sometimes can just brutally destroy you. Whether it's your health or your sanity is great. I had a blast playing that game.
Did
And
your Kickstarter arrive yet?
my Kickstarter, oh no. Nah, they're blaming the China stuff. They're always gonna blame the China stuff and the pandemic. I mean, right now I think Shanghai is having a huge harbor problem right now.
Yeah, I
Kind of
heard.
like what us in California had,
Mm-hmm.
except it's way worse than what we had. So, when's my Kickstarter gonna arrive? Probably, if I'm lucky, end of the year. Because they had an update two weeks, a month ago, and they didn't address it at all. They're like, yeah, we still got pandemic problems and factory problems and all that other stuff. And it's like, okay, yeah, probably not gonna see it for another year. Which whatever, it's fine. I still have an expansion box that I haven't opened up that I could still play.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what we did. Um, Hobby wise, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really touched anything because I was waiting for my paints to come in from GW. Because I'm a Citadel slave, so I ordered from GW to get those Citadel paints. Finally came in, and those paints are for my good old avatar that I'm gonna paint up.
Nice. It's gonna be dope. You could do it.
Oh, I hope so. I'm very scared to paint a lava man.
Hey, there's that Warhammer Plus
I know,
uh,
I know,
our video.
but I don't have Warhammer Plus, so I looked it up. I looked up on the YouTube the poor man's Warhammer Plus. But I found some guy who did it, and it looked good, and it didn't seem that complicated to do, considering a lot of it was just contrast paint. So hopefully I can make it good look. But yeah, that is what I'm up to this week. I just got confirmed with the boys if we're gonna be doing escalation or whatever. So I'll let everyone know.
Nice.
Uh, you got anything else you want to talk about? Because I'm pretty much spent here.
Yeah, I'm good. Spinning up some 30K. Almost finished my Angel Angels Tears. I don't know how to pronounce this unit's name. For my Blood Angels. But yes, doing that, playing some War Machine, keeping the hobby train going.
All right then. Well, I'd like to thank everyone who made it to the end. Again, if you could subscribe, leave a comment, help us out, help us get out further. That would be great. And we'll see you all next time.
Good, everyone.